So what we want to point out on this next section is the difference between the use of formula and function. So whenever we say formula, that means we are applying certain calculations or defining the actual handling of the values that we have. So let's say, for instance, in the installs, there are times wherein people, they're having a hard time reading these values. So what they will do is, let's say that the installs will be divided by 1,000. For every 1,000, how many installs that you have? So here, what I will do is that I'll put an equal symbol first. So that means whenever you start your text value with an equal sign, that means you want to perform a certain or execute a certain formula or execute a certain function. So here, what I will do is I can just simply click on the cell that I want to update. And then since I want to divide this by 1,000, I'll just click the divide symbol and then write down 1,000. And once I click enter, what will happen is that the records, the values will automatically be divided. For some other, the good thing about this is that since this set of values that we are seeing here was created by table, whatever change that you did on one particular cell, let's say you applied a certain formula. As you can see, I only applied a formula on this particular row. But after I click entered, what happened is that the formula was automatically applied on all rows in this particular table. But let's say you did not create a table out of those records and um, simply created the new column, again, equal sign, and then select the installs, and then divide it by 1,000. So you will notice the difference in the formula. A while ago, what happened was, now what we're seeing is that the particular cell location is actually defined. F2 meaning column F, and then second row. And then that means you are dividing it. When I click enter, that formula will only apply on that particular row. And for me to be able to apply this formula across all rows in this particular column, there's this small box icon here that you're seeing at the bottom right corner. If you place your mouse there and you click and perform a double click, um, if you perform a double click, what will happen is that all the formula will be applied accordingly. So that one. Okay. So that is the advantage of, so this shows you the advantage of creating a table out of the records that you have. Because in this case, if you have a table, whatever formula that you applied, as you can see here, this means that what you're trying to do is divide all. If you interpret this, that means you are trying to divide all um, rows or every row in the column installs by 1,000. And in this case, I don't need, I mean, with just one click of enter button, I don't need to repeat that formula to the other rows. It will automatically be created. Okay. Next. So let's say I want to perform a function. So what's the difference between formula and function? So when we say formula, you are the one writing down the explicit handling or calculations that you want to perform on certain values. So let's say in this case, as you can see, what I did is to, let's say, divide the installs and then by 1,000. So let's say what I want to do is I want to get the number of reviews. What's the average number of reviews versus the number of installs. This is the, let's say, the formula that I want to compute. So for that one, what I will do is, again, click equal sign, and then click the cell for which you want, for which the reviews will come from, and then divide it by the install. Ensure that you are clicking the same same cell row as the reviews. And when you click that, and when you click enter, that is the formula or the result of the formula. And then again, when you double click this one, it will automatically apply on all rows. But if we do that on a table format, okay, as you can see, whenever I add a new column, it's automatically formatted the same as the other columns. And then I'll just apply the formula. So you see, whenever I select a column here, it's no longer showing me just a particular cell location. So what is showing us is that your goal is to divide every row of value in this particular column by the corresponding row value in the other column, which is from the installs. And if you click enter, automatically the formula will be applied across all rows of that table. Okay. So let's say, as I mentioned, so this is formula. So what if, let's say, you want to use a function? So when we say function, it's a built-in or a predefined calculation that is already built in Excel. So what particular function can we use? So let's say um, we have here A. So let's say we want to get so here we can say A, we can, whenever you type, we can see the shortcut of the values, C. Okay. Okay. So let's say I want to get the length. Len means the length. Okay. So len is a function, built-in function in Excel that will count the number of characters in a selected cell. So let's say what I want to get is the genre the genre length. Okay, the genre length. So in that case, if I do that, I will type len and then again select go to the genre column and then select equal. So here, after I click enter, you will see that it shows me that the number of characters for the genre is now provided. So let's say here, the word sports contains 6 letters. The word tools contains 5 letters. Okay, so let's say round off the rating, rounded rating. So again, I click here, equal sign, and then I'll try to find the word round. So there's an option for you to either round up, round down, and here. So let's say our goal is to simply round it up. Okay, and then again, select that particular column and then enter. So you will see here that it says here that we entered too much arguments. So let's check. Too few arguments. So here, it seems that it is telling us up to how many digits it will try to round it up. So in this case, our goal is to just round it up to 1 digit. So we need to specify that and then click enter. So as you can see, it will only show values on those applicable values, and then the rest will not be updated. By the way, here in the rounded up, it means 1 decimal point. So let's update the formula and say 0. If we apply that, that means it will round it up, but with no or 0 decimal point. So that's why the 4.5 is rounded up to 5, the 3.2 is rounded up to 4. So let's say this is round up rating. Let's say what if we have a round down rating. So again, this is round down. Okay, round down. And then round down the rating and then 0. Okay, so let's say we have here the reviews. The reviews is too long. So rounded reviews. Sorry. What other values we can use? So you just type down the formula. So let's say one thing I noticed when I reviewed this one is the genre. You would notice in the genre, they are actually multiple. A certain record is actually top multiple times. So, multiple. I'll just write multiple. So let's say what I will do is the word split, text split. In text split, what I'm going to do is I will split the text, and the splitter or the delimiter is actually semicolon. And then if I click that, it will automatically show me the different records that you have. So here, So let's say, remember, we have a genre here when we were trying to this one. So let's say, let's look for this value. Okay. So here, so it says here there's a still. So that's one of the challenges that we need to later on address. But unlike in here, let's say it's not in table format, the genre you multiple, it will automatically create the record. So text split, the genre, and then the delimiter is a semicolon. Click enter, and then as I said, one way to do that is to double click this one, and then it will automatically apply. So let's try to filter this out for those that contain semicolon. So these are the things that contain semicolon. So you will see that automatically it will create new columns as needed for those with multiple genre indicated. So that's the difference of function and formula.